Welcome to your deep dive. So, we've got a really interesting one lined up today. You guys have sent us a ton of stuff about this TubeMagic thing.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's curious about whether it's legit or just another one of those too good to be true kind of things.
Right. And we've got testimonials, features lists, even some FAQs. You name it, we got it.
Looks like someone's doing their homework.
So, let's begin and see if this TubeMagic is all it's cracked up to be.
Sounds like a plan. Let's break it down.
Okay, so from what I'm gathering, this TubeMagic is pitching itself as like the ultimate AI sidekick for YouTubers, right?
Yeah, it's kind of amazing when you think about it. They're claiming to help with every step of the process.
Seriously, everything from brainstorming video ideas to optimizing like crazy.
And they're saying it's all powered by AI, so it's not just some basic software.
Right, it's supposed to be this really sophisticated system, but I mean, how do we know if it actually delivers?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
You know what really caught my eye? That testimonial from Matt Parr.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. That's a pretty big deal.
This guy's got like 12 YouTube channels.
With over 1 billion views.
A billion, and he's all in on TubeMagic.
And it's not just that he's using it. This is the kicker. He actually invested a ton of money into the company, like 6 figures.
Wow.
Yeah, he's putting his money where his mouth is.
That's a serious vote of confidence. I mean, it's one thing for a YouTuber to say, yeah, this tool is cool, but to actually invest in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That takes it to a whole other level.
Okay, so Matt Parr is convinced, but he's not the only one. You dug up a bunch of other testimonials from some pretty successful YouTubers.
Yeah, and it's a good mix, too. We've got Randolph, who's killing it with his multiple channels, over 1 million subscribers. He's using TubeMagic for everything, like literally everything.
Yeah.
Video tags, descriptions, even community posts.
That community aspect is so huge these days. It's like you're not just a YouTuber, you're building a whole brand.
Exactly. And then there's this other guy, AI guy. I love this one. He's using AI to make scripts for history videos.
History.
Yeah, and he swears by it. Says his video rankings have shot up since he started using TubeMagic. Apparently, this AI knows a thing or two about making history exciting.
It really makes you wonder what AI can't do these days. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about someone who really puts these tools to the test. Drew, the YouTube growth specialist.
Yeah, he's like a YouTube guru.
Exactly. And get this, he actually admitted that the titles and descriptions that TubeMagic came up with were better than what he had been writing.
Wow. So even a pro is impressed. That's saying something.
It really is. So I'm definitely intrigued, but I think it's time to get into the nitty-gritty. What are the actual features of this thing? How does it actually work its magic?
Right, let's dive into the specifics and see what we're dealing with.
Okay, so feature number one, the one they seem to shout from the rooftops, is this ability to churn out endless video ideas.
Yeah, the end of creator's block, right?
Yeah.
Sounds a little too good to be true.
Right. Imagine no more staring at a blank screen trying to come up with your next big hit. But even if you've got the ideas, actually turning them into scripts, that's a whole other beast.
Well, apparently TubeMagic has that covered too. They've got this feature that generates instant video scripts based on your chosen topic.
No way. Like full-on scripts.
Yep, complete with different templates to match your style.
Okay, so we're talking about full-on script writing assistance here, not just like a title generator. This is starting to sound seriously impressive, but ideas and scripts? That's only half the battle on YouTube, right?
You're preaching to the choir. You can have the most amazing content in the world, but if it gets lost in the algorithm abyss, nobody's ever going to see it.
Exactly. So how does TubeMagic handle that whole SEO game?
Well, they're definitely talking a big game. They've got this AI-powered optimization thing that they're really hyping up.
Okay, and what does that actually mean? Like, walk me through it.
So basically, you give them your unlisted YouTube link, or even just like a basic prompt of what your video is about, and their AI supposedly works its magic. It spits out optimized titles, descriptions, even tags.
Wow, so it's like having a little SEO robot working for you behind the scenes.
That's the idea, anyway. Whether it lives up to the hype, well, that's another story. But it's definitely an intriguing concept.
It is. But even with all the fancy AI in the world, keyword research is still crucial, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can have the most perfectly optimized title in the universe, but if it's targeting the wrong keywords, you're dead in the water.
Exactly. So how does TubeMagic address that whole keyword research thing?
Well, they do have a keyword research tool built in. They actually give each keyword a magic score, which I have to admit is kind of a cool touch.
Magic score. Okay, I'm listening.
It takes into account things like search volume, how competitive the keyword is, all that good stuff. Supposedly, it helps you prioritize which keywords to really go after.
So it's not just about finding any old keyword. It's about finding the ones that are actually going to make a difference.
Exactly. It's all about strategy, my friend.
Love it. Strategy and a little bit of magic, apparently. Okay, so we've got the ideas, the scripts, the SEO, but what about actually understanding what's already working on YouTube? Is there a way to tap into that with TubeMagic?
You are speaking my language. They actually have a really cool video research tool that lets you analyze what your competitors are doing, what's trending in your niche, all that good stuff.
So you can see what's resonating with viewers, what's getting views, what's flopping.
Exactly. It's all about working smarter, not harder, right?
Now, we've been throwing around this term AI a lot, and I know a lot of creators out there are a little wary of letting algorithms take over their creative process. It's understandable.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword for sure. On one hand, you've got this incredible potential to streamline your workflow, boost your productivity, but then there's that fear of losing that human touch, that unique voice that makes your content special.
So how does TubeMagic address those concerns? Because I'm sure a lot of creators are wondering the same thing.
Well, they do emphasize that their AI-generated content is plagiarism-free, which is definitely reassuring.
Okay, that's a good start.
And they claim they use a combination of AI and human curation, so it's not just like robots gone wild with content creation.
So there's still that human element involved. That makes me feel better.
They even have a built-in plagiarism checker, just in case you want that extra layer of assurance.
Smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're addressing the plagiarism concerns, but what about the practical stuff? You know, the nuts and bolts. Let's talk about payment security, language support, all that jazz.
Right. Got to make sure it's user-friendly.
Yeah.
So they use Digistore 24 for their payment processing, which is a pretty reputable platform.
Okay, that's good to know. Security is no joke these days. And what about languages? Is it just for English-speaking YouTubers, or can creators in other parts of the world get in on the action?
They've actually got pretty impressive language support. We're talking over 95 languages.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no joke. They've definitely thought about the global market with this one.
That's awesome. So they've got the security, they've got the language support. But what if you sign up and you're just like, nope, not for me?
Well, the good news is you can cancel your subscription whenever you want. No long-term commitments or anything like that.
Okay, so you're not locked in if you decide it's not a good fit. But let's say you do take the plunge, you're loving TubeMagic, everything's going great, and then bam, you hit a snag. What's their support system like?
They're all about communication. They encourage users to reach out to them at support@tubemagic.com for any questions, technical issues, you name it.
It's good to know they're there if you need them. You know, this whole thing has got me thinking
About
the bigger picture, you know, this whole AI revolution that's happening right under our noses.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you really think about it.
It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie. And TubeMagic, it's like a glimpse into the future of, well, everything, really.
And it's not just TubeMagic, right? We're seeing this explosion of AI tools popping up everywhere.
Everywhere you look. And they're not just for tech geniuses anymore. They're becoming more and more user-friendly.
Exactly. It's like AI is finally becoming accessible to like the average person.
Which is kind of mind-blowing when you think about it, but it also raises a lot of questions.
Right. Like, what does this mean for the future of content creation? Is this the great equalizer where anyone with a laptop can become the next big YouTube star?
Or does it create a whole new set of challenges and like a new kind of digital divide? Those who embrace AI and those who don't.
It's a fascinating time to be a creator, that's for sure. And honestly, I don't think anyone really knows how it's all going to play out.
That's the exciting part. It's like we're all figuring it out together.
Absolutely. And that's part of what makes this whole conversation so interesting. There's no crystal ball, you know.
Right. But hey, that's what we do here on Deep Dive, right? We dig into the messy middle of it all. No easy answers, just thought-provoking questions and a whole lot of curiosity.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So where does that leave us with TubeMagic?
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We've seen the good, the bad, and the potentially revolutionary. Ultimately, whether or not TubeMagic is the right tool for you, that's something each individual creator has to decide.
For sure. But hopefully we've given our listeners enough information to at least start asking themselves some of those bigger questions.
Right.
About AI, about the future of content creation, about the tools they're using, and the ones they might want to explore.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe this deep dive has sparked an idea or two for our listeners. Maybe they'll go out there and create something amazing with or without the help of AI.
That's what it's all about, right? pushing boundaries, experimenting, seeing what's possible.
Absolutely. So to wrap things up, whether you're a die-hard AI enthusiast or you're still on the fence, one thing's for sure. The world of content creation is evolving faster than ever, and tools like TubeMagic are just the tip of the iceberg. So stay curious, stay creative, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.